Imagine you are sitting in your living room enjoying a quiet afternoon. A cup of tea, the news humming softly in the background. Nothing unusual. Then your phone lights up with an ad for the exact brand of slippers you only thought about buying. You never searched for it. You never said anything out loud. So how did your phone know? Today we are talking about 5 surprising places where your information may be tracked without you realizing it. Not to scare you, but to help you stay in control of your privacy and protect the peace in your home. Think about a quiet evening at home. Maybe you finished dinner, washed the dishes, and now you are ready to relax. The living room lights are dim, the family photos on the wall catch a soft glow, and your smart TV waits for you to choose what to watch. You scroll through the shows, thinking about something light that will help you unwind. The screen seems to know what you like. It suggests a family movie you watched the trailer for last week. It shows news clips that match your usual topics. It even highlights a cooking show that reminds you of recipes you used to make when your kids were young. It feels convenient, almost thoughtful, like the TV pays attention to you. And that is exactly the point. Many smart TVs track what we watch. Not just the title of the program, but how long we watch it, what we pause on, how fast we move through menus, and even the apps we use while the TV is on. The information may be sent to different companies that use it to build a profile of our habits. They don't know us as people. They don't know our story, our struggles, our family life. They only know patterns. For them, we become data. If we watch travel shows on Saturday mornings, the TV might later display ads for luggage. If we watch financial news, we may see promotions for investment apps. And this all happens quietly. Most seniors grew up in a time when the TV was just a box. You turned it on, it showed a program, and that was the end of the relationship. Nothing tracked your habits. Nothing remembered what you watched last week. There was no digital trail. That old TV never told anyone that you enjoy game shows or that you cry at old family movies. Smart TVs, on the other hand, behave more like computers. They treat entertainment as information, and companies love information. It helps them predict what people might buy. It helps them decide what ads to show. It helps them learn more about households than we realize. The strange part is that this tracking doesn't feel obvious. There's no warning or pop-up saying, "We're logging everything you watch." Instead, it shows up in quiet ways. Ads feel more accurate. Recommendations become strangely personal. Even family members may notice the content shifting depending on who last used the remote. Privacy today is not only about what we do online. It's about what our devices learn while we relax in our own living rooms. It's a reminder that staying in control of your home doesn't end at the lock on the front door. It now includes being aware of the screens that watch back. We live in a world where everything comes with an app, whether recipes, flashlights, fitness trackers, word puzzles, even prayer reminders. Many of them are advertised as free, which feels like a small win, especially when you can download them in seconds and start using them right away. It feels harmless. You tap install, accept a few terms you don't fully read because the print is microscopic, and you move on with your day. But here's the part nobody mentions. If the product is free, often the product is your information. Most apps are designed to collect data quietly in the background. They want to know where you go, how often you use your phone, what other apps are installed, and sometimes even what websites you visit. The goal is simple. They want to learn enough about you so advertisers can sell you something later. It doesn't matter if you're a senior who just wants a clean phone to stay in touch with your family. To a data-hungry app, you are a profile, a potential customer, a piece of information to trade. There's an example privacy experts talk about all the time. Someone downloaded a simple flashlight app. Just a flashlight, nothing more. The next morning, they started receiving ads for health insurance, home repairs, and even medical alert devices. They never searched for those topics. They didn't talk about them. Yet those ads started showing up everywhere. The flashlight never needed to know anything about their age or interests, but the app collected data anyway and passed it along to advertisers. This kind of tracking can happen with games, coupon apps, weather apps, or apps that promise to clean your phone or boost speed. The more personal the activity, the more valuable the information. An app that tracks walking steps may want your location. A coupon app may track shopping habits. A game may ask for access to contacts so it can invite others. It seems innocent, but on the other end, a company builds a digital version of you, where you go when you're awake, what you click on. Seniors didn't grow up in a world where every choice was monitored. Phones were wired to the wall. Cameras stayed in drawers until a birthday or holiday. Privacy meant closing the front door. Today, privacy requires paying attention to what we download, because sometimes free comes at a cost we can't see. Free apps are not always free. Sometimes you pay with something far more personal: your habits, your interests, and your attention. Standing in a checkout line has become a familiar routine. You place your groceries on the belt, the cashier scans each item, and right before the total appears, you hear the usual question: "Do you have our rewards card?" It sounds simple. A swipe of a plastic card or typing in a phone number, and suddenly there's a discount on cereal or a few points added to your account. You walk away feeling like you saved money. Behind that small moment, something much bigger is happening. Retail reward cards are not just a kindness from the store. They are a window into your habits. Every swipe tells a story. If you buy gluten-free bread, the system assumes health concerns. If you start purchasing baby wipes and diapers, it may guess there's a new grandchild in the family. If you buy vitamins, the system may assume you're entering another phase of life and start sending coupons for joint supplements or home medical products. The card connects dots you don't realize exist. It isn't personal in the emotional sense. No one is sitting in a back room judging what you buy. It's automated. Data is gathered and stored piece by piece until it forms a picture of who you might be, a digital reflection of your routines, a silent record of what you bring home. The interesting part is how this information gets used. Companies may predict seasonal rhythms in your life. When holidays approach and you start buying ingredients for special meals, the store might send recipe suggestions or coupons for festive items. If your purchases shift toward more household cleaners and storage containers, the system detects a spring cleaning pattern. And when life changes, the card notices. A sudden spike in prepared meals instead of fresh ingredients might trigger meal delivery ads. Buying more pet supplies may lead to offers from nearby veterinarians. People often think data is only collected online, through websites and social media. The truth is, every scan, every swipe, every loyalty card check-in feeds a silent system that watches patterns. It learns not only what you spend money on, but also when. Evening purchases might tell the store when you shop alone. Afternoon purchases might suggest your routine is built around caring for someone else. For seniors, it can feel strange to realize a store knows so much. Years ago, the corner market owner remembered you because he knew you. Today, a computer remembers you because it tracks you. The difference is subtle but meaningful. In one case, your privacy was built into the relationship. In the other, your data is the relationship. Rewards cards feel helpful, but they come with an unseen cost. Every scan feeds a digital version of you, growing in a database somewhere far away from that friendly checkout line. Imagine a quiet morning at home. You're making coffee, sunlight coming through the kitchen window, and your smart speaker sits on the counter. It blends into the room like a toaster or a plant. You barely notice it anymore. You ask it for the weather or a song from your younger days. The reply feels friendly, almost human. It answers without judgment, without small talk. The convenience is real, and it saves time. What's easy to forget is that smart home devices are always listening for their wake word. They listen for that single trigger phrase that tells them to start paying attention. The companies behind these devices insist that until the wake word is heard, the device is only listening in a passive way. But misfires happen. Maybe someone in the room says a word that sounds similar, or the TV says a name close enough to the device's trigger word. Suddenly, without anyone realizing it, the device wakes up and begins recording. There was a story from a family gathering where people were talking and laughing while preparing dinner. In the middle of a conversation about a grandchild's birthday party, the smart speaker's light turned on. No one had said the wake word. The device recorded a few seconds of chatter before stopping. No one noticed except a teenager who pointed it out later. That moment revealed something important. The device didn't have to be invited into the moment. It simply joined. Most people don't think of their private life as something that could be recorded inside their own home. Seniors especially grew up in an era where privacy was natural. A conversation stayed in the room where it happened. Today, our rooms have microphones. The device doesn't know if you're telling a joke, sharing a memory, or talking about finances. It only hears sound. To the system, sound is data. That data may be stored for review, often with the explanation that it helps improve voice recognition accuracy. The strange part is how quickly these devices become part of daily life. They sit in living rooms, bedrooms, and kitchens. You might forget they exist until you need a timer or want to hear a song from your youth. Over time, you get comfortable with its presence, and that comfort makes the device feel harmless. Privacy experts often describe these devices like polite guests who don't know when to leave the room. They may not be spying in the dramatic sense, but they don't understand boundaries the way people do. They listen because listening is their job, and sometimes they listen too well. Most people think email is simple. You receive a message, you open it, you read it, and that is the end of the story. It feels like a private space, especially for seniors who remember when letters arrived by mail, sealed in an envelope only you could open. Email feels like the modern version of that. Personal, secure, and invisible to everyone except the sender and the receiver. What many people don't realize is that when you open certain marketing emails, something else opens with it. Hidden inside the message is a tiny, almost invisible image called a tracking pixel. It is not a picture you can see. It is usually just a dot, smaller than the period at the end of a sentence. When you open the email, that dot loads, and the sender receives a silent notification that the message was opened. Not only that, they may learn the time you opened it, the type of device you used, and sometimes even the city you were in. Think about that for a moment. You could be sitting at your kitchen table with a cup of tea, clicking through newsletters, store updates, or promotions you never even asked for. The simple act of opening a message could trigger data to fly back to the sender. And that sender may be a company that now knows exactly when you are active and what gets your attention. It feels strange because we don't think of email as a place where we are being watched. It is not like social media where everything is public. It is not a website where you expect ads. The inbox feels like the last quiet place online. But those little tracking pixels turn your routine into information. If you open a store email in the evening, you might start receiving more emails at that time. If you click on anything inside that message, the company learns what you find interesting. And if you do not open their emails, they may remove you from their list. It is all automated. No one is personally studying your habits, but the technology is. Seniors often treat email like a digital mailbox. They check it once a day, respond when needed, and move on. The idea that opening a message can reveal details about your activity feels almost like someone peeking through your curtains. Not invasive enough to panic, but just uncomfortable enough to make you aware. Email used to be a quiet form of communication. Today, even a tiny pixel can turn your attention into data. Privacy now requires knowing that not every message in your inbox is just a message. Some are quietly observing how you respond. Picture yourself at a cozy cafe. You place your order, maybe a latte or a simple cup of tea. You find a seat near the window where people pass by, and the sound of cups and quiet conversation creates a calm rhythm. You pull out your phone or laptop and connect to the free Wi-Fi. It feels harmless. Everyone does it. The sign near the counter even advertises it as a perk. In that moment, you may not realize that you have stepped into a digital space where other people can see more than you think. Public Wi-Fi is open. It is shared. That means multiple strangers are on the exact same connection with you. Unlike your home network, where only trusted devices connect, public Wi-Fi is like a big room where everyone can hear what everyone else is saying. Except instead of voices, it's your online activity. You type in a website, click on a link, or open an email. Someone with the right software can view that activity as it travels through the shared network. They might not see passwords if the site is secure, but they can see which websites you visited or what apps pinged the internet while you were connected. For seniors who use public Wi-Fi to check financial accounts or email family members, that can feel unsettling. You are doing something completely normal, but the network itself isn't private. It doesn't protect you from curious eyes. There was a story about a man sitting in an airport using free Wi-Fi while waiting for his flight. He opened his email, clicked through messages, and responded to a family update about his grandson's graduation. Later, someone next to him mentioned the graduation casually as they chatted. The man was shocked. The stranger had software on his laptop that allowed him to view unprotected network traffic. Nothing dramatic, no hacking, just simple observation. Public Wi-Fi is convenient, and sometimes you only need it for a small task. But the moment you connect, you open a tiny window into your activity. You don't see the people on the network with you. You don't know what tools they have. You don't know if they're watching. You just assume that because you can't see them, no one can see you. Privacy used to mean closing your front door. Now, it includes understanding where your information travels. When you're on a public network, you're sharing space with everyone else connected to it. Sometimes, the safest thing you can do for your peace of mind is simply be aware that free Wi-Fi is not private. It's a reminder that convenience and privacy don't always show up in the same place. Privacy is not about hiding anything. It is about choosing what you share and when. You worked hard to build a life of independence and dignity. Your information deserves the same care you give to your home or your family album. If this video helped you, share it with a friend or relative who may need the reminder. And I would love to hear from you. Have you ever received an ad that felt a little too accurate? Tell your story in the comments. Thanks for watching and take care of your privacy. It is part of your peace.